What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Lose Your Ass podcast. As always, I'm here with Deirdre. Got a cool show in store tonight. We're going to be interviewing Jakub Szott of the Ottawa Redblacks, recently drafted into the CFL. Deirdre, run it down.
Well, he was 4th round, 29th overall draft pick. He is a monster. I think he's 6'3", 305 out of Toronto, played at McMaster's. He was an offensive guard at McMaster's, but they think that he might be moving to center. So we will talk all about that with him, all about this awesome workout routine that has gone on social media, and we are bringing him on right now.
Hey, can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you guys doing?
Good.
Sorry.
Jakub, welcome to the show. Thanks for coming on.
Yes,
Yeah,
welcome.
no problem.
Congratulations on being drafted.
Thank you. Yeah, it was one heck of an experience, that's for sure.
Yes, yeah. We're going to talk all about that tonight. But we want to start off with kind of how you got your beginning. How did you get started in football? What made you start playing football?
I started playing football just because, like, grade 9 going into high school, I was starting to get a bit too big to be playing soccer and stuff. A lot of sports where there's not really supposed to be contact or anything. And then
Right.
I figured, I'm like, well, I may as well try football, and had a really fun time in my first year of high school football. And then same thing in grade 10. And then I'm like, well, not really getting recruited from my high school just because we're not a big football high school or anything. And then played like OVFL. We have like a summer league here that gets a lot of scouts and stuff out to our games, like university scouts. So yeah, basically played in that, and everything just kind of took off from there. I found out like, oh, I might actually have a future playing football, at least at the university level. And then I ended up making my decision to go to Mac, and yeah, just kind of never looked back.
Awesome. So you kind of played everything at your high school. We saw that you played fullback, tight end, linebacker, guard, and then you found your permanent residence at guard when you went to college or university.
Mm-hmm.
Do you miss playing any of those other positions?
I mean, every O-lineman likes to get the ball in their hands at some point.
Yeah.
So that was always fun, except, you know, I just really like being able to protect those guys around me and watch all the great athletes we have on the team at Mac and team at Ottawa. Hopefully I'm able to watch them make some great plays as well.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah.
So if you could, Jakub, give us a little bit of a breakdown on your recruitment process.
For going into university or? Yeah. Okay. It all started like grade 10. I had one game against the Halton Cowboys. And then like my running back, he like very first play of the game, he gets like a 70-yard rushing touchdown. He cuts very first play. He just cuts it back right behind me. I was like, I pancaked like two guys, and that was the first time first time any like school or anything talked to me like, hey, come to one of our camps. Like we think you could play football at like the next level. And everything kind of went from there. I slowly started getting more attention. Grade 11 year of high school, I played like our fall season. We ended up winning our city finals, which was pretty cool. And then I said, you know what, I might try out for Team Ontario just because I felt like it would be a great opportunity for me to at least meet a lot of these other coaches, and wasn't sure if I'd make the team or not. And I ended up making the team, which was a great experience to go down and play in Texas and then like be able to touch base with all of these different schools that were all in Ontario and across the country in Canada, and just kind of show my talent to them and show my progression from grade 10 to grade 11 and continue to play in the OVFL, and just like how much I grew. And yeah, I ended up making my decision to come to Mac just based off of they were the first school to talk with me, and really good academic school as well. So I know that football at some point would end for me. So I just want to make sure I have the academic background.
Absolutely. Yeah, pancaking people will get you a little exposure.
Yeah, exactly. I think at any level, everyone loves a good pancake block. So
absolutely.
Sure. Jakub, you kind of made a big social media with your, social media thing with your awesome workout in quarantine. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, as soon as I found out, like, the gyms at my university, McMaster, they were all closing down and wouldn't be able to work out there, I was kind of upset, and I knew it would be best for me to move back home to Toronto, where I'm from, and we have a garage. And I just like was kind of starting to do some workouts, and then I reached out to one of my friends, and he's like, "Oh, well, I have an extra squat rack." So he's like, "You can have it if you want for all of quarantine." And I was like, "Oh, awesome." And then my dad, because he does construction, so he has like a natural gas pipe that we had just like laying around that he wasn't going to use or anything. And we just bought some cement blocks and kind of went from there. It was like, well, I can do a lot of like the compound movements, and then I have some bands and stuff too. So I was able to kind of make sure I got like full body workouts and make sure I'm taking care of myself.
Yeah,
that'll do it. I used to work in the lumber department at Home Depot, so lifting the concrete will definitely help you out. It didn't help me much, but
yeah.
So what, if you could tell us a little bit, what has it been like for you getting through the virus, going into the, totally new draft style and everything? How was it for you?
Just with like the virus, I found it was just different interviewing with teams over Zoom, kind of like this interview here, because you can't get the feel of a person over the Zoom meeting and stuff. So
right.
Yeah, and then sometimes if you have like a network problem or something and someone's cutting in and out, you don't really want to be so disrespectful and asking like, "Oh, hey, like, can you ask that again?" So it's a little bit different, but I found the process was great. I just wish for a lot of guys that they could have had a combine and been able to show how much they progressed, because some guys went to East West and they would have wanted to show like how much better they were from East West to the combine. Or guys like me, I didn't go to East West just because I had an injury. So just kind of show scouts like how athletic I was in person and stuff, because you can kind of pass the eye test that way. So
Right.
Yeah.
Also, it's so nerve-wracking. Like, I think about interviews. It's the biggest interview of your life, and you're doing it over a Zoom call. It's so unconventional, But talking more about your future CFL career, I know that you played guard in college and in university, but and I know that you practice as center, but they see that I've been reading stuff that you might be moving over to center. What are you feeling about that? And I know that you've practiced with it. How comfortable do you feel playing center?
I feel perfectly fine playing center. I like all the teams I interviewed. I said the same thing. Just practice it like all year for past 2 seasons at Mac, and fortunate enough for our team, we didn't have like a kind of Mayday scenario where I had to go play center for us. Except, yeah, I'm fine with it. Like, just the only big hurdle is just learning all the different calls, just because football's football. Except the terminology that every single team uses, just going from Mac to trying to like erase all of that terminology that we use to everything that Coach Wiley and all the guys at Ottawa are going to want to use.
Yeah, for sure.
Just learning all of that.
Absolutely. So it's over the course of your life playing football, going to high school, going to university, and to get here, to see all your hard work pay off, what does it mean to you when you heard your name get called?
It was just like a big, just like, wow, I can't believe I did this. Grade 10, when I decided, because I was debating between playing rugby and like summer rugby or summer football, and I was like, well, I might be able to go to university and have some of that paid for playing summer football. And like my friend was like, a really good friend of mine, he was like, oh, I don't know if you'll be able to do that. Like, I don't know if it's like the best idea, because I was like 6'4", 220. And then I just kept working and stuff, and yeah, just a lot of time in the weight room and everything, and a lot of good home cooking. So
a lot of good home cooking. Yeah, that's the fun part, is the gaining the weight, right? Other than the working out part, but the eating.
Yeah, I enjoyed like every aspect of it. Like in high school, I was working out 3 times a day, like before school, at lunch, at the school gym, and then go back to the gym after school just to try to put on some strength and put on some size, which I think has done me well.
Awesome. So we've had a couple of CFL guys come on the show. Awesome guys. We're down here in New York in America, but the CFL guys have been absolutely amazing. We're new fans of it. We had AJ Allen, who, like you, drafted this year, and he said there's not much difference between the American talent and the Canadian talent. The only difference is really kind of exposure. Do you kind of agree with that? Because we both watched film of CFL of draftees, and we felt the same way, that it's just an exposure thing. Do you agree with that statement?
Yeah, I completely agree. I find like the guys that go in the top rounds of the NFL draft, like the only real difference is they're a lot more gifted athletically, and understandably so. They're going in the first round of the NFL draft. But one of the scouts that I was talking to, he told me a story about a guy that was from the SEC. He led the SEC in sacks, and he ended up coming like kind of last resort into the Argos training camp, and he just was absolutely getting demolished by Chris Van Zyl, right? And it's like there's no reason Chris Van Zyl couldn't go play in the NFL if he wanted to, but he's just enjoying the CFL and everything that has to offer him, and being close to home and everything is what I just seen. So yeah, I don't think there's a big difference between Americans and Canadians. It's just a lot of want to, because for a lot of Americans that come to the CFL, it's like last step. Like you either make this or you're done playing football, because they tried out for the NFL and everything. Whereas for a lot of Canadians, it's just like a bit of a different mindset.
Right. But I mean, we've even seen like first round picks go to the CFL, and first round picks in the NFL go to the CFL and completely fail, like not even close. And even we had Micah Alway of the Winnipeg Blue Bombers, and he said I went up there, I had my experience in the NFL, I played in a big he would with that Texas Tech, so he was in the Big 12, a big division, and he goes, I was expecting these guys, I thought it was going to be so easy for me, I was going to be I was head and shoulders above the rest. And he goes, and the first hit I went on, because I was playing in special teams, I was so blindsided because I couldn't believe how good the talent was, the Canadian talent was. Which is
I completely agree with that. Like there's a lot of guys in the CFL that are incredibly talented and incredibly gifted athletes, and I think they can give a lot of guys a run for their money. I mean, just this past year, Alex Singleton, he left from the Calgary Stampeders and he went down to Philadelphia Eagles, and he did really well down in Philadelphia. So I just think like, yeah, the game's a lot different up here, just with the bigger field and motion and extra guy on the field as well. Except other than that, like, I think like incredibly talented people up here in Canada.
Like I said before, football is football.
Yeah, exactly.
We play this game with all of our guests. It's a rapid fire round. It's just these questions that first thing that comes to your mind, what you would do. Very simple, super fun. So I'm going to get you started with one question. If you could block for any quarterback that has ever played, what quarterback do you wish you could have blocked for or can block for?
Oh, wow, that's a good one. I'd say like right now, like Lamar Jackson, I just think that'd be like a lot of fun. That's a really fun offense to be in.
For sure.
Really downhill running offense as well, which is what I really enjoy doing. And then just being able to watch him make some plays, and all of the other athletes on that team just make some crazy plays, I just think would be really awesome.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Absolutely. So you talk about some home cooking now. What is your favorite home cooked meal?
I really love like a good like ham roast and scalloped potatoes, and like maybe some asparagus or green beans or something. But yeah, I've never been a picky eater. Pretty much whatever's home cooked, I'm gonna eat.
Yeah,
I hear you.
I like that. I like that. So you've worn a couple of jerseys in your life with your high school, your university, and now future with Ottawa. Which one do you think has been the nicest jersey that you've worn or are going to wear?
one of my personal favorites is we have dark gray jerseys at McMaster. I really enjoy those jerseys. I just think they're like a really clean look. And then we also have these anthracite ones as well. Yeah, I just think those look like just really clean. And then Ottawa with the all black jerseys as well. I think those. Nice. Yeah, I just think those just like look really clean, really crisp. So I'm excited to hopefully be able to put that on in the fall.
Yeah, red and black is a great color scheme.
Everyone that we've spoken to really likes the red and black color scheme. It's kind of one of our go-to questions because we like jerseys. We're big jersey people.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
All right, so this is the tough one of the night. So if you had to have one superpower, what would it be?
One superpower. I'd say be able to read minds. I just think that that'd be able to help you a lot on the football field.
Yeah.
You know exactly what the defense is going to be able to do, and you're kind of like Luke Kuechly out there, or Peyton Manning, just calling out what the other team's doing. I just think that that'd be really awesome. So that, and then I just think helping in every single day life, like you wouldn't be able to get into an argument really, I feel like, because you'd always kind of understand the other person's point of view as well.
That's a nice way of thinking.
Yeah.
I would have thought just totally reading the defense's minds, or super strength to push them away. But I mean, you kind of already have that.
Yeah.
All right, and this is our last question for you. We are new CFL fans, as we told you. What should we expect out of the Redblacks this year?
I just think a team that's just ready. I know they didn't do as great this past season, but I think that not doing well in some adversity helps really bring a team together and helps just like really gel a unit and just make them want to do that much better, that much more, because I don't think there's a single person that plays the game of football that's okay with losing and okay with not winning games. So I think just the tenacity and stuff that will bring is just going to be really big.
And I mean, we saw it this year in the NFL. I mean, San Francisco went from the second worst team in the league to them being the one of the best teams in the league. So I think that's definitely could happen with any team.
Yeah, I think with the CFL, it's great because there's a lot of parity. You don't really have like the big superpowers year over year in the same as like the NFL, which is really nice to see. So it's like there's always one team that like will surprise you every single year, which I think is really, really great about the CFL.
It's super fun as a fan because I remember like watching Golden State just win every game in the NBA, and it was like, it's enough. And then when Toronto kind of beat them, it was your hometown. When Toronto beat them, it was so fun
Yeah, it was amazing. It was absolutely wild in Toronto, that's for sure.
Yeah, for sure. I saw videos. That was awesome.
Yeah. Me and my dad actually were able to go to one of the games on Toronto's championship run. We were able to see them beat Milwaukee at home, and we ended up being able to sit in like the 18th row.
That's incredible.
Yeah. And it's insane, like being able to sit that close to those guys and just how insanely athletic they are. It's just absolutely amazing for the amount of work and stuff that goes into all of that for every single player on the court.
And maybe those players are using your technique with the cinder blocks too. It might be to keep them in shape.
Who knows? I mean, literally anything you can do to help load your muscles during times like this, I think is just going to help. And you're really going to see like what players like professionally and trying to at the university level have been really putting their best foot forward throughout all of this.
That's so true.
Yeah.
Jacob, thank you so much for coming on. We had a blast with you. We can't wait to have you on again. We can't wait to see this season. We know you're going to be great. Whether you're playing center or guard, you're going to be incredible. And we can't wait to see it.
Thank you so much.
Best of luck, man. Stay safe. Stay well.
Thank you, guys. Take care.
Take care, Jacob. Bye.
Bye.
What a nice guy. You could tell he's from Canada. He is so sweet.
The CFL is fantastic, man.
Yeah, we're new CFL fans. We have to watch. That's what we're gonna do. This weekend we're gonna watch some old CFL footage.
Mm-hmm.
That's homework.
Good with that.
For those who don't know, I'm James's handler, and I tell him what to do. No.
At least I know time zones.
All right. Listen, if you didn't put so much stuff on my list, man, I have to get the people. I have to make sure, like, it's I'm underpaid.
I know. I overload you. I know you're. Listen, I know.
But listen, that was awesome. The CFL guys have been incredible. Jacob was incredible. Redblacks are another team on our list. I want to eventually check off every CFL team. We're missing Blue Bombers, Toronto.
No. Are we missing the Blue Bombers?
Oh, we're not missing the Blue Bombers. You're right. I forget. I thought he was still with Toronto, but he's not.
Mm-hmm.
Micah is not with Toronto. He's with the Blue Bombers. But we need Toronto, Calgary, Edmonton. Look at my little list. I have a little list. Don't make fun of me. Do not make fun of me. Edmonton, Toronto. I think that's it. I think it's Edmonton, Toronto, and Calgary. There's probably another team that I'm missing.
Yeah, I think that is it. I think so.
So, Calgary, Toronto, or Edmonton players, if you would like to come on the show, let us know. We are available.
Always hit up the DM at Lose Your Ass Podcast.
Exactly. All right. We will be back tomorrow with some fun stuff. We got current events, social media that will actually be posted tomorrow on Friday. I will make sure I post that. We got our QB draft is up. Sergio will be up, and make sure you like and subscribe to our channel. We're really hitting this CFL thing hard. We got some news about the NBA that we're going to talk about tomorrow. We got some hockey news that we haven't spoken about, and we have some baseball news that James is excited about. So, we'll be back tomorrow at, we don't know what time, but we will be back tomorrow.
Depends what time I finish my rap.
Yeah. It's all up to James. But great interview.
Yeah, everybody tweet at Mike Lynch.
Yeah, Mike Lynch is your boss?
Yeah, that's my boss.
We're going to start.
At Mike. You don't have a Twitter.
Mike Lynch better watch this show.
Sign the petition. Keep Jimmy under 100 stops.
Yeah. Do a GoFundMe. But we'll be back tomorrow. Thanks, guys.
Stay safe.
You good? Well. Okay. Did you yell at me when I cut out?